Welcome back to Charge the Game Sports. I'll be your host here, Chuck. Today's topic is going to be about Jayson Tatum and how he's managed to save 100% of his NBA salary cap and why it's very important to surround yourself around positive people who have your best interests. But before we get into this video, I want to give a huge shout out to the viewers, the subscribers. If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button. It won't hurt you to catch the future content when I drop all media coverages. You could be the first to hear it. Now, we all know that Jayson Tatum plays for the Boston Celtics, is an outstanding basketball player. I mean, I love this brother's game. I was really pulling for him against the Warriors last season in the NBA Finals. Unfortunately, he wasn't able to get the job done. But the job he's doing with his money and his finances and advice from the people around him is very remarkable, and it's something to be said. The reason this is very attractive to me and stands out the most is because we see all these NBA players like Ja Morant spending money on stupid shit, hanging around stupid friends, guns, just being reckless. Then you see Zion Williamson dating women that you know does porn and paying for women and paying women $100,000 a month. I mean, what is that? You know what that is? That's the lack of proper guidance. That's the lack of being a true child and listening to your parents and your surroundings. What Jayson Tatum does, he may look like a mama boy. He may be a pretty boy, light-skinned brother with a nice fade, because his fades be on point. But under that armor of pretty boy, light-skinned mentality, he is a sophisticated young man who seems to be very clear on his financial literacy and things of such. Now, it says that, and this comes from Face to Face Africa, where it says Boston Celtics Jayson Tatum on not spending his multi-million-dollar NBA salary because of his mom. Wow, just look at that, guys. Looks like health. Looks very healthy. Says some NBA players are better managers of their money while others are not. And it's not also uncommon to hear stories of NBA players literally going from millions to being bankrupt. I want you guys to really pay attention to that part. We see so many players get out the league and they have nothing to show for it. We remember when Delonte West, the guy who used to play with LeBron, and he had the little shindig going on with his mom. Years later, he was out here in Dallas, where I'm located. He was out here in Dallas, stranded, clearly on some type of drugs, and he just looked very bad. And it was a sad story because of the type of caliber player he was. He was truly a good NBA player. But once you get out of the league, you get hooked on to certain habits, and you somehow don't manage to return to be the same player or person that you were. So I think that this is very good to see a young man who is smart from the get-go. Jayson Tatum lives off his endorsements, while other NBA players are living from check to check. I don't understand how you can make millions and millions of dollars and live off check to check, especially if you look at the regular American, the regular person somewhere in the world, right? How long do you think it would take you to make $1 million? And we all know it's nothing to spend it, but how long do you think that it will take you to make $1 million? And you guys have to look at it this way. You get millions of dollars off endorsements. I would probably, most likely, do the same thing. I may touch a small percentage of my NBA money, but if I had the opportunity and the chance, and I'm not counting Jayson Tatum's pockets, if I had the opportunity and the chance to live off endorsements, right? He's a good kid. He keeps his head up. He's never in trouble on or off the court. So he'll have plenty more endorsements down the road. But to literally live off your endorsements and save 100% of your NBA salary is remarkable. And I want to give this guy's mom her flowers. That's a mom that loves her son. And you know what else? This lady's going to make it real hard for another woman to come around her son, because we all could tell by this picture that he's a mama's boy, right? But she's going to make it so hard for another woman to come around her son trying to run any type of game, trying to take his money, trying to use him for his money, because she is up on game and she's a huge beneficiary in his life. So any sister watching this video, this is one NBA player that you most likely won't be able to sink them claws into. Sorry, it is what it is. It is a challenge Boston Celtics star Jayson Tatum is too familiar with. To avoid being financially indisciplined like others before him, right? He struck a deal with his mother not to touch his earnings. In 2020, Tatum signed a 5-year, $195 million max contract extension from the Boston Celtics. So you guys think about how much it takes to start a small business. You can go get a $50,000 loan from a bank, from any type of business loaning program, and start your business and be well on your way. But to sit and say that you have 100% of $195 million on top of the $40 million, the $30 million he made over the 4-year stretch as a rookie, man, that's truly amazing. And I think that the NBA needs to somehow develop some type of program where they're teaching these young players how to save their money and how to be responsible, not just financially, but on and off the court with your decision making. Because this year with Jayson Tatum, with Ja Morant and Zion Williamson, it's even Ben Simmons, man. It's just too much. It's too much shit, and it's bad for the NBA. It's bad for the NBA. The ratings aren't the same. Some may say that they are, but we all know that true lovers of the game like myself, we really appreciate the mentality of our NBA players. I personally like the NBA better back in the day than I do now. It's too much politicking going on. It's too much teaming up. It's too much friends. It's not competitive as it used to be. Maybe more talented, but we can argue about that. I don't know. I appreciate the raw talent when you could. I feel like raw true talent showed more when you could hand check and still foul people and they still score a bucket and one, versus now if you breathe on a guy too hard you get a tech. But anyway, that's another video. And this was a post off NBC, and this is where it says Jayson Tatum saved 100% of his $7.8 million NBA salary, right? And this was published back in 2019, as you can see. It says here, after one basketball season at Duke University, Jayson Tatum declared for the 2017 NBA draft when he was just 19. The team was selected number 3 overall by Boston Celtics and signed a lucrative contract for $30 million distributed over 4 years. So this man got all this saved in the bank on top of a $195 million max extension contract. Man, Jayson Tatum, kudos to you, brother. May God bless you on your journey. And I want to thank you and your mom for being a role model and example for what kids should look at coming into the draft. And if you agree with me that the NBA should do something about an onboarding program, let's say onboarding, right? For regular people like us, we onboard to a job where they pretty much give us a layout and blueprint on health benefits, wealth benefits, etc. The NBA needs to, and NFL if possible, they need to come up with some type of program to teach these brothers to do this type of stuff, because these players get out and they want to sue the NBA, sue the NFL because they have nothing to show for their career, right? And it's just astonishing to see a guy like this in his prime, to be so young, already ahead of things. And think about all the technology and shit that's coming out now. This guy's going to be able to invest his money into so much good shit, so much Silicon Valley type of stuff, his own stuff. With that type of money, you could go anywhere in the world and be your own man and start whatever business you want. So y'all let me know what y'all think. And y'all think that this guy is a great example of a role model for NBA players, and he should be the face of financial literacy in the NBA. Let me know in the comment section. Let me know how you feel. Let me know how you charge the game. Peace.